Hello, and welcome back to some good old game development. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Hope everyone's having a good one. Hope everyone had a good weekend as well. I'm still a little sick, but it's fun. Hey there, Clifforth. How's it going? Oh. Alright, where is my... There we go. We'll change those hands to... Get rid of that. There we go. Alright. Where was I with work? Trying to remember. I was doing some right up in here. Ignore that. That was what I was doing before stream. There we go. Today's gonna probably be a bit more of a planning day, because I have a few ideas that I've been wanting to work through and organize for. Writing down what I'm gonna be getting done and stuff like that. So you're gonna see a lot of insights into kind of the general like decision making for some of those sorts of things. It's not that it's the first time, it's another time. It's gonna be like that. Is what it is, right? There we go. But yeah, so it'll be a good bit of planning today. Because the progress I need to make on programming, there's too much that needs to be done at once. Is kind of the short answer. So what needs to actually happen with it is I need to sit down for like a solid day or two and just knock things out. Which I am planning to do probably next weekend. I think that's pretty much where I'm gonna be at with that. So yeah. I got other things I kind of want to plan and talk around. There's one thing that I know is gonna come up at some point. I'm gonna leave it till it comes up. Because it's one of those things that, like, it's gonna get asked, it's gonna be asked multiple times, because I've talked on these sorts of things before. I don't like drama, but you know how it is. Community loves drama. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of this stuff. So if this is boring, I apologize. I'll try and do some art in the meantime as well. So I should just pull up paint. So I have something to sketch with. Also just gonna minimize these. We don't get distracted by the fact that there's magic stuff there. The shorthand of what I was doing was I have a deck that is in between. I've talked about this before. It's in between being like a bit of a try-hard deck and being a casual deck, and it's hurting it because it means that when I play it casually, it try-hards, and when I play it try-hard, it just falls over. So I've conceded that what I need to do is I need to look at it very seriously, add a couple of things to make it like a little bit more try-hardy, remove things from it, and put them into another deck that is very casual, very low power, and very easy to play. Because I think I've spent too much time building complex decks to do triggers correctly, and learn triggers. Now it's time for me to go back and play a more basic deck that's like play card, turn sideways. So I actually learned to do that stuff, because like I had a game I was playing with everyone last night where I'm pretty sure I could have killed like 2 people had I not been too like fixated on a game plan and too kind of like tilted as well. Because yeah, one player just kind of, they had a counter spell for everything they would do. There was a turn where I got 3 counter spells sent at me. And I was just kind of like, I'm kinda done. Hey, Devil, how's it going? Okay, so... yeah, this one doesn't do that well. There we go. Did you hear about the latest drama? Here we go. So this is what I was saying. So I was not going to comment on it until someone brought it up, is the short answer. Yeah, I have heard about the latest drama. I have made a objective response only relevant to the game on Twitter. And it's all because I just want like something somewhere about it. But I know people are gonna not really, it's not gonna be as useful as what could be said. I will pull up that response and you'll probably see where it's going from there. Here is the response. It's a little thread. Cool. So I made, this was yesterday, I think, I posted this. Yeah, this was about midday yesterday. So, just in regarding to the game, because this is an immediate thing. We've talked about this sort of thing before, so this is why shouldn't be too surprising. I want to make a quick comment in light of recent events in the VTube community. I've said before, the VTube Unite official, about this before, but I'll always refrain from removing a character, thinking to remember them at the best, and the good things that they have done for the community. Now, I can understand some people might not like this, but the game was always to show how big and awesome VTubing is, not just my handpicked favorites. Well, this task, blah, 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 and then this is just kind of going on to, like, I also want to add that I don't like sticking my nose in other people's drama, but it's like, they're not feeling like feeding the endless shitstorm that is Twitter mastery. Short answer that you get from this. Nothing is changing in the game at all. But that is not me condoning or agreeing with any actions taken by any individual at any point, if and so they did, right? So short answer is, and just to clarify, because it's gonna be like the question that gets asked, Cinder is not getting removed from the game. I have put the work in, I have put the effort in to design her character, and I think I've done things accurately and correctly. I have no reason to remove her, because irregardless of actions, not that it justifies actions, but irregardless of actions, there is an aspect of Cinder that has been very, very positive for communities and VTubing. This is where we came to the whole argument with other VTubers in the past that have theoretically pushed a little bit too far and stuff like that. I think there's only one, like a handful of VTubers I argue I probably won't touch because I just don't see a way I would be comfortable doing them or doing the design. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, once this is all resolved, if this continues in the way it's kind of shown, and things are as bad as some of the things are saying, which I'm never gonna say that that is the case, because again, we've only seen one side at this point. It's very, very one side at this point, and I'm not, that's why I kind of want to refrain from that comment of things. But if it turns out to be a situation, it will probably be a lot like others, and I probably wouldn't have wanted to design for it if it was a year later, right? Like, if, in a year's time, I probably would have struggled to do the design. And that's where I'll come from with that aspect of it. Again, it's probably like... It's a very flaky response. I wholeheartedly acknowledge that. But when it comes to the game, again, I've said it before, I do not think it is fair on both me and the fans of that character or anything like that to just go and discard the work done. Now, again, there's an argument to be made, like, I've technically done that with was Nina Kasaka, and that was because she was graduating at the time I was doing some of the design stuff for her. But also her kit was so far from being done that I could like justify not doing her character as a kit, but I will still probably have her character in the game. I mean, fuck, you could also make an argument about graduations, right? Graduations are also pretty up there in these sorts of things, and one example is we have Guagura in the game. Is Guagura getting removed? Fuck no. Again, we're talking about representing the best of the community. So, it's... I do want to put one personal statement on it, and I will leave it very loosely, is that, so, again, while I'm not going to remove a character or anything like that, I will also say that I won't condone bigotry. I'm not a huge fan of manipulation and all that. Having been a manipulative person in my time, in the past of my life, and being manipulated in more recent years, it's not something I think anyone really should do. I try and be very upfront and honest about everything that I'm doing, be straightforward with all things. And I feel shit when I don't feel like I'm doing that. There's also a reason why, like, anytime I'm talking about certain subjects, I'll say I actually really just don't like talking about it. Not because I don't feel comfortable about it, but because it feels like it's sympathy pandering and all that sort of stuff. And like, I had a family that did all that. It's like, if you had something go wrong, they would try and find a way to say something that went wrong their week was worse, regardless of what happened. Oh, you got in a car crash? Yeah. But like, I had to deal with kids on the street in front of my, like, scooter. I don't know. It's like, they'd find ways to, like, sympathy bargain, and, like, you had to be, oh, poor you, instead of getting, like, oh, yeah, no, that's pretty shit, actually, what you went through. Like, it's all about, no, you should feel bad for me, not you. If you've got something bad going on, deal with it. So, Big not fan of that stuff. So yeah, you can still see on the list. I think that's probably more than I need to say on the matter. But I'm sure people are going to re-ask, so, you know. Also, you may tell, I think I mentioned already, but I am still on the sick side. It's mainly sinuses at this moment, which is really rough because it's really painful. I'm also a little ill from weekend flu. Fucking one of the nights I stayed up till like 2 a.m. Because the people here wanted to, with some friends, wanted to play like, I don't know what it was, but it was kind of like a, this person drink if you've done that, or this person do this challenge and you get to hand out penalties and shit like that. And since I was still sick, everyone's like, nah, let's go easy on him. And then, like, real early on, I opened a fucking drink, and, one of the things immediately was just, you take a max penalty. And it's not anyone got a say in it, I just got a max penalty, so I had to drink the whole thing that I just opened. I'm like, alright then, I see how it is. It's gonna be one of them nuts. Did get to have a lot of Midori though, which was always a good time. It's been a long time since I've had Midori. Drink responsibly, kids. But nah, it was fun. So, one thing I'm kind of thinking about, and I'm just wanting to think how I'm going to handle it, is the multiplayer. Alright. Because, like, my intention is there will be, like, say... Oh god, that's terrible. This is we'll just use this as an example for the lobby. This is the lobby. You have here, there's the portals, we'll just say they're down here still. We'll say there is a interaction point here. You can walk over here and it will bring up UI. And it will say, it will be like, it will be a checkbox to enable multiplayer or not. And one, or well, it will be probably like up here. And then it will be kind of options. We'll probably have, start the lobby, join lobby. I don't think I'm going to have random searching as an option. And I know there's gonna be a big old question on that. That's why I'm thinking I'm gonna have kind of like, you can start a lobby and it will have a basic password or something. And then, because you have to be real careful with a lot of this stuff, because the moment you're interacting with this, you can actually create security concerns. There's security bypass issues and all that sort of stuff. Because you can get like information like IPs from people. So I'm gonna have to look into this quite a bit. Because it's start, join, and then probably like the list. So you can search through all lobbies. That's the first thing I can think of. Or like all active lobbies, I guess. Kind of like what we saw with OpenTTD a little bit with that. I think that wouldn't be an incorrect way to do things. Yeah, that's probably how that's gonna be done. Like, that's what I've been mainly thinking through it, but I don't know if there's anything else I would do to it. Do the design of it. Gotta love when the chat duplicates in that exact kind of moment. There we go. Or triplicates, I should say. But yeah. I think that's gonna be one of those, like, I'm gonna have to spend a couple of days, if not a full week, working through. To be fair, I've got work that I need to do after stream today. It's gonna be real fucking annoying. I won't go into that though, because, you know, Okay. So I'm gonna need to set up controller, camera work, I think. Yeah, this is why I don't want to do the programming, because I have to open up so many things to just, like, read from, and it'll be rewriting and just bouncing code around, so I don't think it's gonna be that interesting. That's why I think an art thing to do would be more interesting. Yeah, actually, let's do some art stuff. What have I got in terms of current things I'm working on? And there was like some splash arts I was working on. Did I do Doki's model yet? I don't think I have. Yeah, I've only got her splash. But both of her splashes are done. Did I finish Aura's splash? Oh, the skin one, I should say. I didn't do the model for it, but I've done the sprite. Which is this one. Did I do the... Did I do a splash out for the Iron Mouse one? Yeah. No, I'm still working on that. That's that one. Alright. Did I notice I posted about it, Roger? Pretty sure. Hey, Kit, how's it going? Did throw it on the Discord? Yeah, I thought so. I've also talked about it on stream already as well. I literally fucking mentioned you, I think, didn't I? One time as well about it. Because I made a joke going like, you gonna buy, how many Vaporeons you gonna buy? I'm not gonna lie. The upsetting thing is I don't believe I'm able to order them. And I'm not gonna lie, the Flareon's just absolutely adorable. I would hella actually consider getting that Flareon. Yeah, we want the Season 3 model. Alright. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, like, it's gonna be the God of War one all over again, right? We all know that. That's not even, like, a debate point. We know what's gonna happen. Because this is the big black boot. Okay. Alright. But yeah, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny to see the posts once those get sent out, right? This is the problem, is that this doesn't have it that much, but like the actual model itself. The difficulties with the differences between also like fan art for it. Dude, that's so fucking cute. That one's, I love that. That style's so good. I've got a soft spot for chibi, man. I really do. Also, that's so banging. I love that. I forgot that it can have wings there. Interesting. So it's kind of like off low back point here. So that would be more down here. Something like that there. And then if I draw to the other side. Be a bit more up there. So at most, all that's visible right now would be that bit there. Okay, there we go. And then she does have the wings as well at the top. We'll just do that in this brush. Those kind of sit or top back area, so kind of here. Could be like that. Here. These ones are a little bit more consistently this style, so I need to do. I need to probably reach out like that. So it goes there, like a segmenting out bit there. here, another one there. And then I'm going to be a little lazy here. There we go. I think that's the ticket. That's the wings. Right? Oh, stretch. Oh, dude, morning stretches. I need to do like morning stretches before stream at this point. I think that would help out a lot with the dumb shit that I do. Okay, so that's the wings. So now we've got to do the head layer. Let's do that in blue. So I've only got that stuff going for it. So we do need to do the hair. Somewhat, at least. Okay, so something I see that I kind of got wrong before. Is that this is supposed to have a little bit, but this side's a lot less than this side coming down. So we'll work with that. That's the front bit of the hair. Because this one does have the hair tails, which I think that's what this was supposed to represent here. It would be better to have that go off like that there. Then, It also has a little... thing there. Kind of like that. And then, is it that big? I don't think we'd call it that big. Because the rest of her hair is actually fairly well bundled up, which is the wild thing. I think that's the part that's throwing me off a little bit. When I was doing some of the design for this, let's use orange horns. So the horns are probably a bit more to the side here, so a bit more here, position, and then here, no, here, right. Yeah. So then we gotta have sculpting time with horns. The best kind of time. So consistently though, they are the kind that just do the go up and then curve out. General shape is that. No, don't want to make it fatter. So like, it's kind of positioned there. And technically it's also a little smaller. Keeping in mind that that part of it's erased, so it will be behind here. I'm gonna need to be a little more fleshed out on here to compensate for the angle that it's going to be at. That was another thing I got wrong before, so I made it to the same. So it didn't feel like you were actually kind of seeing it at a mostly weird angle. Alright. I think that works. Alright. Now it's about doing like the long hair of it, which I think I did right before. So let's kind of do a little bit of planning then. So it's gonna come out here. It kind of curves in and out a lot of the time. Then on this side, same arguments. It's gonna start up here. It's gonna go out, and it's gonna go back in. So, let's brush around this. It kind of breaks apart a little bit at the end here. Flatten this out so we get a little bit more chunkier lines. I think that'll look a little bit nice like that. Let's focus on what's gonna be seeable. So this bit gonna be seeable, and then this bit's gonna be seeable. And then, oh, you know what I did last night? I watched Megamind again. It's been a hot minute since I watched it. I haven't watched the new one as well. It came out like last year. I'm kind of scared to watch it because I don't remember hearing great things about it. Actually, I don't even remember what he heard about it, admittedly. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it just kind of like was a movie that existed and it moved past everyone's memory. Which maybe means it's not bad. It means it's just it's average or adequate. Right? Surely it can't be too bad, right? Optimism may be coming in a little strong with that. I did look at the scores for it, it didn't look impressive, so you know, it's probably going into a movie to be disappointed, which is fine. I still need to watch, was it the Hatsune Miku one's out now, I think, right? See my local cinemas do that. Might go watch it later this week. If it's still around. Nah, this looks awful. Okay. Just fucking... I love with wallets colored blue. This is just Hatsune Miku again. I swear to God. Iron Mouse is Hatsune Miku? What? Okay, so looking at this again. It's gonna be so many fucking details I'm gonna have to narrow it on. Oh, gonna be pain. Technically, I haven't even done the little wings as well in her hair. Which they're like literally just here. Come out. And then little heart shapes. Yeah, that looks like a heart, I swear. Alright, well, you're not gonna be able to see the other one anyway. Right. Then we're gonna need a little bit of back here. And then we'll do this bit here. I'm only doing some of this in a more understandable way, just so I can start moving on to actual color palettes soon. It also gives me a little bit of time to do some, like, general shape correction. Because doing outlines versus doing full, there is an immediate difference you see with how it looks. You can see that it looks way more choppy in certain spots. You can see that it is not shaped correctly. You can see when it's probably too thick and bold, because it's going to tear. Okay, I'm going to start doing on a middle layer. So let's start with doing the things that I know need to be colored in a specific way. Actually, no, I'm not going to go that far down. So we're only doing the corset, sorry. So it would be here. Okay, so there's that bit. Okay, so this is gonna go and lead up here. Then it splits off to the shoulders. Then the shoulders have a strip of it come down over the top. Okay, and then do that like that. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm trying out another little technique as well that I wanted to test. So you're wondering why I'm doing things a little differently. Oh. Let's go with that one. So this one is the back leg here. So honestly, this is probably the one I should be using for this bit here. Alright. And then let's do these guys. Or the other part of this. Boot for now. This color for the under part. This, fill that out, then, oh, yeah, that's why, because, this isn't locked off. There we go. Alright, I think that's looking pretty solid. see the other link now. So this one's a weird one because it has like this weird. Well, it's a ballet, a very ballet-esque sort of show. It's like that. And then... because we're gonna do... that, and then I'm gonna do massive change in the color there for that. Now I need to actually zoom in a little bit with the finer detail that I'm doing here. So we do that, and then I'm gonna just get like similar purple. Okay, there we go. And then let's get this one out. No, I want a creamy that one. I want something to contrast that. So this gray. There, 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 and there. Then like this spot here. And we get this one. Alright. Okay. Got that. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, sorry. I know I'm going very quiet overall. Again, the pain of things. Oh, Chad's broken? I just saw that. Which one in particular? Let's see. Yeah, looks like chat's broken. Sorry. Oh my god, you guys have talked quite a bit. Yeah, no, I saw the message on Discord. Yes, I think it's working. Give me a second, I need to double check if the platforms are both activated correctly. Which counts? That's connected. That's connected. That looks like that's working. Now messages are appearing 3 times. Yeah, I can fix that. I need to flicker it a little bit. But it does look like it is just lagging quite a bit. Okay. Is that coming through? So that's coming through. It's compensating for the frozen hell. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, sorry about that. It's one of those things that when I get so engrossed in the, like, doing the art shit, I get sidetracked. So both the chats should be working normally again. My bad. My bad. That's what I get for not looking. Alright. Let's see. Again, weakness of doing art is I get too engrossed in it, and it's like, turn off world, do art, get that done, because I fucking hate it. Now chat's working, I can stop sending messages. No! Let me see the memes as well. I did have a quick squiz over what you guys have been saying. It's like why I'm surprised I didn't notice it until now. It's like, man, it'd been deathly quiet for a while. Can convince him it broke again? Don't do that. I don't need that anxiety today. I'm already getting enough lag, computer problems, and shit. Which, again, been promised the internet will get better out here. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. It's a long wait. I'm still waiting. Alright, let's see. I was in the middle of making another meme, by the way. I was gonna go, what will happen first, the release of Elder Scrolls 6, or Mal noticing chat's broken. Honestly, that motherfucking shadow dropped that shit again. Dude, I'm still like, if I had an upgraded PC, I'd be playing the new Oblivion. I'm 100% saying that. I would be playing the shit out of that right now. Bloodborne would have been cancelled, and that would definitely be the new one. What have you guys been sending in memes? I saw pings. Well, not pings, but, you know, notifications. I mean, this one ain't even, like, wrong. Requirement is 6, and I have 4. Force my PC to run it. I mean, yeah. The other thing is, as well, is, like, I won't buy it right now. I kinda won't buy it, but kinda won't buy it right now. I got other things I need to sort out. It's, again, why Magic slowed down for me is I'm just doing PC at this point, right? Speaking of, there is a part I need to potentially buy. I'll sort it out later. Yeah, it's about right. I need to double check. I'm gonna look and see if that part is still available. Because there's a clearance sale on a case, and we're talking a full tower case that would sort me real well, and it's like 200 bucks. One more in stock still. So this week I will be, if it makes it to Wednesday, I'm getting that fucking thing. No hesitation, I'll grab that. So we'll have case, PSU, and CPU bought at that point. Which is like, it is a lot. There's a lot of it progressed. Like, this project could very easily be done. If we keep going at the rate I'm going, 2-3 months is possible. For a new PC. Where I just, like, spend most of my spare income on it. Because what, this week I'm thinking I'm gonna spend 100 towards it. Because I'll get that thing and I can get it for, like, pay 50 now and then pay 50 every 14 weeks. Or 14 days, so every 2 weeks. Until it's done. Then I'll put another bunch of money on paying all the other stuff that I've got. Because technically I haven't finished paying off the CPU. It was $1,000, I couldn't do that all in one go. But I've only got like 300 left to pay on it. Something like that. And then I'll figure, I think I can probably get a solid GPU for like 1,200. Then it'll be motherboard for like, I don't know, fucking like between 200 and 400, and then yeah, at that point in time it's like a few hundred for a decent storage, and then like 100 at most for RAM. And that's me going like, I'll want like 32 or 64 total. I'm also gonna get the cooling. If I get this case, at least it comes with a bunch. 1200. I'm talking New Zealand dollars. Keep that in mind. So that puts it at a fairly low range. If I go to PB Tech. So to give an idea, PB Tech is like kind of New Zealand's best benchmark for PC related things. That's still like 700. Keep in mind as well, you have to factor in, it takes quite a bit of money to get things here. So we're looking for PC parts, we're looking for graphics cards. Graphics cards are considered a high-end luxury still. So if I kind of just scroll here, you'll see what I'm talking about. I could probably get some of these on a cheap then. Depends on what I'm wanting. Also what's compatible. I could probably go cheaper then. I was just saying 1200 because of other things. But yeah, that should give you an idea of price range. If you can compare to your own sort of scenarios. And some of these are on special at the moment. Like, big special. Either way, it's like, I'm looking around $1,000 for it. At minimum. It's like, you have to take into consideration shipping and shit. Or it depends if there's some at the local, because I could just get it picked up. Ugh. Point is, there is a case that I'll get this week, and then I will be endeavoring to constantly look at this stuff. Until I've got the CPU paid off though, I'm probably not going to be doing any bigger purchases again. Because like, I don't want to be having more of a debt hanging over me that I feel like I can't even pay then. So once I'm a lot more chunked along with it, I'll consider it. But until then. Because like, I'm already ahead on my payments. Like, super ahead. To give an idea, my next payment is like halfway through next month. Before I need to actually worry, and it's already half paid. Or over half paid. Hence why I say, like, I'm in a situation where I can afford to do some of these sorts of things now, but I do have to not jeopardize my own livelihood for it. I was already naughty enough last week where I spent like $140 or something like that on Gamma subs, because that was two pots and shipping. Shipping's fucking expensive now. Jesus. Being in debt costs money. What a world, eh? Yeah, pretty much. like, I'm almost at a point where I could potentially try and take out a loan to just finish paying it all, buying the PC at once, and then I'll just pay that loan back. It's, like, again, if I can get the GPU done, there will be a temptation to just take out a small loan for the rest. And then just pay that over, like, a 6-month period or something. Shipping costs is the fucking worst part of buying things. Especially at the moment. Shit has gone hella up. That's because of all the tariffs. It's so stupid. We're not getting into that one today. I don't think anyone wants to get into that one today. Oops, I forgot I need to do this side as well. There we go. Should put some tariffs on the tariffs to make them go away. Yeah, surely. That will solve the problem. Let's find a more rosier red to work with here. How does this one look? No, it needs to be more pink and red. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. And then... let's see, we'll get this lined up with this one. Okay, so this has got a little bit of, like, trim to it. I'm gonna just do the whole thing, blot it in, and then we'll work backwards on it instead. So... do something like that. Alright. Is there anywhere I can find info about your game? I need more ideas for mine, since I just feel real lame so far. Because most of them are just stats. I mean, yeah, most of the items are always going to probably feel lame in comparison to both the weapons and the passives. And like that's how again, that's how I've kind of done mine as well, is it's just that kind of philosophy of, the item is supposed to supplement, like, this is where you get to the thing. So I've got sections for it all, which creates this difference of such, occurrence, right? This is probably the best bit I've got immediately that I can pull up about this in the game. I don't have anywhere written, pretty locked in, but I can remember pretty much everything. So like, this item here is when you would deal damage, you have a chance of getting 2 life. Keep in mind my health values are very high, so 1,000 health is a kind of an average point, or a bit under. Like 900 health is probably what most characters are going to be averaged around for their health pool. 2 health per instance of damage. Not a lot, really, when it's only like a 5% chance base, but it can add up when you have lots of instances of damage. Item here is you get, we remove part of this, it's just the health regen and armor, but it's like, this just gives you area. Multiholic just gives you stats based on your level. Grandfather's Deck, okay, admittedly that one's a wild one. That gives you a whole lot of bonuses. Kumichao is, when you would take damage, some of that damage is instead dealt as a DOT, like stored as a DOT. And it's just, that storage can escalate, and it will keep ticking away at you. I'm gonna probably handle how that does stuff very differently, I think I'm just going to apply it as an actual individual DOT to the player, instead of doing the weird shit that I have currently. Alright. I didn't mute in time for that one. GX auras is your ult requires less to cool down, so it's just got a shorter cooldown basically. Infernal Contract was a drop below 40% health, gain a massive boost of damage and healing. Or like a massive amount of health and then a damage boost. Reflection, after killing 75 enemies, gain a burst of movement speed and cooldown rate. Shy Lily, as your health gets lower, your damage gets higher, and at a higher level of it, it also gives you armor. And this is when we started getting the ones that are actually like described in here. They may be incorrect though. But like Timeline Binding, you get cooldown rate, and then while your health is full, you get attack and area based on your cooldown rate. So, how I tend to get a lot of these ideas, I just look at other games. I just straight up, I have looked at Holocure, I have looked at Vampire Survivors, I've looked at Deep Rock Galactic Survivors, I looked at 20 minutes till dawn or whatever the fuck it is. I've looked at soulstone survivors, all that sort of stuff, right? I've looked at a lot of games all over the place for different ideas. And I just kind of like look at that. Other things I've looked at, and this is the wild shit, not even just Vampire Survivor-like games. Look at other games, what do they do? Some of these are based off of, fucking effects in, like, Path of Exile as well. Path of Exile is a solid shout. Like, it's okay to just look at other games that may not immediately make sense and just figure out, hey, do I want to do something with that idea? Again, I wish there was a better, like, place to look at with, like, what's in my game. There's just no wiki at the moment. There's no reason to set up a wiki. But I will get there. Does have a lot of spells and support gems that modify them in interesting ways. Yep. In fact, that was a discussion point we had for a while. That and Diablo kind of like had something we thought would be interesting to work with, which was fucking kind of expanding on whatchamacallit? You know how Holocure has its stickers? We thought it'd be interesting long term. This was a very long time ago, and I'm still considering it. Having it so you could slot a gem or two into every kind of weapon. To modify them in some capacity. So it's like this one will get more cooldown reduction, this one will get more crit rate, this one will get more crit damage, this one will get slightly more area. Things like this, so it meant that your spells had even more uniqueness per run. It's because you'd only obtain these during the run. The problem is, while I could probably implement an architecture for that, is that worth it? Is kind of the shitty answer. Like, is it worth to implement such an egregiously large system with a high level of complexity being added, for such a little return? My argument for now is currently no, but it's much higher on the docket than a lot of other things that could be potentially put in. Like long term. I'll stand by, I'll never do damage types, right? Like, I know I've had it suggested a few times, but, like, I don't see a purpose to damage types in a game like this, because you're just adding real high levels of complexity at that point. It doesn't really add much that interesting to adding a bit of each to each weapon. Yeah, that's probably why it was... Well, also, holocure's main weapons are either extremely essential to their kit or just there to get you through the early game, right? And the stickers represent that. There are stickers that are like, this weapon does less damage, the rest do more. And things like that. Like, some of the stickers are game warping, but in a good way. They will alter how the play is going to be done in the correct way. And because they are random, that variety gives them a lot of really interesting potential. Because, yeah, like, if you made it so you could do the stickers before the run, I think it would actually basically ruin the idea of them. It's because they're random and not guaranteed. But it also means that as the game increases, if they want to add more... Just a sec, my phone's not charging properly. If they want to add more, they have to add more ways of getting them. That's the problem with systems like that. Because the moment you add too many, you create a situation where you'll never get anything out of it. This is why, as much as I'll complain about it to an extent, Vampire Survivors is an ever-growing game with more weapons and things in the pool. This is why you can lock certain ones out before you even go into a run, and you get so many more rerolls as well as time progresses. Like, these are things that they added in, because they're like, there's just too many weapons. There's too much shit. You can't effectively make a narrow or a slightly plausible build. Especially when some characters and some builds are a lot more interwoven. Especially at higher level things. If you go into a higher level thing and you have everything unlocked and you haven't, like, restricted anything, you will suffer for that kind of action. You could do the run, but you're definitely going to be worse off by a country mile than if you hadn't. Now, I'll always say this as well, because this might come up again based on what I just said, because I've had this talk a few times. When you hear me explaining things like this, keep in mind, it's the same as me explaining how, like, objectively in holocure, it's better to use a controller than keyboard and mouse. Why? Because the targeting architecture is way more comfortable. Does that mean you have to do it? No, fuck no. You guys finally got around to some of the missing VTubers. I'll show them off once they're here. Nice. Ellie, it reminds me, I still need to do that bread with the normal eyes for you, don't I? If I manage to finish my work early today, I'll see if I can get that done today. Shouldn't be too hard to just sort out some normalized eyes for it. Because you only wanted that for a single frame, right? Or just an idled frame? Or idling frames, I guess. There. No, still missing somewhere. Oh, no, it's just the wrong setting still. Let's see. Just the idle frame, cool. Commissioned to go to make art for my D&D game, and she said to me that the work's delayed. She wrote the river Ah, yes, that's fair. It was from one of her modes or something. But it still fits when she's bouncing around. It was just, it was one of those, like, I looked at something, it looked cute as fuck, I made the thing. That's genuinely how my process goes for some of that stuff now. Which is fucking great. Like, I think it came out and it was cute. And that's all that matters at the end of the day for me. Do this. Is this... Oh, this does actually have a little closed off point now. Oh. There we go. Do I get a good shot of what's inside the jacket? It's just a dark pink, it looks like. It's been a hot minute since I've like done a splash art, hey? It's good to do them again. I like, it's one of those things of I am starting to enjoy and have fun doing art again. Because I think my skill's catching up again to being, like, not absolutely horrendous. And I'm able to recognize that. I think I'm treating myself a little bit better when it comes to the looking at my art and going, like, you know what? It's not the worst. Still need to have a ways to go, though. It's like, I would argue this for a prototype so far. Not looking too bad. Again, coloration needs some work and all that, but that's because we're still, like, kind of in early stages of getting the prototyping done, right? Like, I think, even at this stage, you'd be able to tell that it's Iron Mouse. Without too much trouble. Hatsune Miku. I made the joke earlier. It's Hatsune Miku. Yeah, we do need to do the hair properly at some point. It can wait for now. Yeah, we're also gonna do the wings at some point as well. Chat wasn't working when I made the joke. That sounds about right. Goddamn. Alright. I feel like I've made decent progress on this, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Like, that jacket looks pretty solid. Not gonna lie. Let's take this and just dull it out a little bit, see how that looks. That's not the best. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Good. That definitely needs to be dulled out more. Shifted to be something like that. I think it needs to be harsher. Yeah, that's a bit better. Alright. Now I guess it's work on the skirt, right? Color in that one. And color in this one. And we'll color in this one. And we'll go from here. Okay, Okay, and then we do kind of like this. And then I'm gonna need, yeah, we'll be fine. I'm gonna have to get the muted one later. Okay, there we go. I want a slightly different purple for this. There we go. That's looking a bit better. It's looking a bit better. Alright. Now I need to do next section, I think. Yeah, we'll go with this color for now. Have a deep impression that I'm gonna need much darker. Let's see. I like having sword and shield while casting fireball on enemies. That is good. That's always a good time. Alrighty, let's see. Oh, what the fuck happened there? Everything's still working? Yep, everything's still working. Okay, that was weird. Looks like YouTube, like, flickered weirdly? Like, several times in a split second? Always interesting. Okay, so should be able to... No. No, missed this spot. I know what I'm missing now. Yeah, that's where I'm missing. Get this done, get this done. Alright. I'll PC load down. Oh, hey, yo, Yuki. How's it going? And welcome, Raiders. Artist at work? Yeah, need to do it at some point, right? So I'm getting a little bit of this actually progressed along. Almost posted the wrong rating. It was fluffy, but a little headache. Oh, that's never great. Is it just a headache, or is it like migraine territory? Because then at that point, it's like, yeah, go lie down, have nice dark room to rest. But either way, do make sure you have a nice rest and all that. Admittedly, I'm still, like, a little ill from, last week and the weekend. You know, good old weekend sickness, where, it's definitely not self-induced after late nights and hanging with friends and such. Just needed to blow the nose. Sorry. Ah, it's coming along well now. One of these days I'll admit that I'm at least decent at art. That day will not come soon. I'll say that now. But I can see parts of this that are getting there. I'll say that, at least. Yeah, we've done that in the last, like, hour or so. And that comes out quite nicely. Oh, that looks really weird when you remove the hair like this. This is always the fun part of art stuff, eh? Oh, that looks really strange. Alright. Yeah, you can almost actually tell it's Iron Mouse without having the character reference sheet right next to it. Admittedly, that definitely makes it a bit easier. Did I do this from scratch? I mean, all I had was the sketch I had before that I used, which was this one. I sketched this, I think I sketched most of this on stream at one point. Then, yeah, I've just redone it up enough times and this is where we're at. Most of the art that I do, I'll have references and stuff. I think I've got a reference material for this one. for the pose. If you give me a moment to go find it, I think it's under my references file. Let's see, assets, references. I think this was the pose. And like I did in my free time, I just sketched that around. Like sketched a version of this. So yeah, that was the reference for that one. I think that's, well, that was the pose reference that I used. Obviously, I've had this page open and I've been scouting through, like, things here to see how I would do other parts and pieces. God, that style looks so cool as well. I like that. Some brilliant fan artists out there. That's a lot of work. Yeah, when you're programming a game as well as doing the art for it, turns out, you're not allowed to have free time. Especially with how much art has gone into this game already. I dread to think. Because this is what, a splash art for a skin. Not even the main character, the skin for the character. Was this, what was her basic splash art? It's just her season 2 model, just like sitting there waving, I believe. Because it was just very much based off of a model reference of hers for it. Because it was just one that I was like, I don't want to spend too much time on it. It was done a while ago now too, wasn't it? Yeah, there you go. That was the splash we've done in the past. And that's Iron Mouse's basic splash. This is for her skin. Is what? Do I still... Because this is what her default... Love the goofy mouth, yeah. I went through a few iterations as well, because we had it... I tried to do a fang in it, but it just looked like really derpy for a long time, so I just removed that. Because it just didn't work. But like this here is what the basic model's like sprite is. The in-game like player sprite. Fang, yeah, Fang. So this is what her default model looks like in-game, which you can kind of see is like, yep, cool. So that was the splash that we saw a second ago. And then for skins, go back to season 3. This is what the Season 3 asset looks like in-game. Oh. Once it loads in properly, so I can actually zoom it in correctly. There we go. But yeah, this is the one we're working the splash for now. Which, I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. Because that's the only character that's had... Oh, sorry. That's the only character that actually has their skin in the game. Because if you play the game currently, I think I mentioned this before, but yeah, if you play the game currently, if you go up to the mirror as Iron Mouse and interact with it, you'll swap skins. So I need to work on, so after I'm a bit more happy with this, I don't know if it's going to be finished or just further along, we'll switch over to doing the aura sprites as well, because we need to do the sprite, the character sprites for Aura's skin that we already have, right? 3 times the social construct anyway. Man, that's a little too true, I think, some days for me. I swear, one of my biggest weaknesses is the workaholic nature I have, because I'm just like, I'll just keep working. Just why would I stop? If I wasn't sick, I probably would have, like, gotten a lot of the programming work done, but I'm glad I didn't, because this weekend was great, because I just hung out with people. But I think next weekend I'm gonna actually, like, lock in, and schedule it so I won't be distracted, and I will just be working on this the whole time, the game. But I'll be working on the programming side, not the art side, probably. Because there's a lot of programming that needs to be done to get back up to snuff. I'm expecting, after a solid weekend, I'll have a playable test environment. And possibly at least a character put in, right? But, yeah. Because I got, like, today I can't probably get more work done on it. So I gotta go out for a little bit. Because I gotta go to the doctor's. I got some cleaning I need to do. And I have some actual work I need to do. Because I had, why has this got a ping on it? I'm not, I can't legally talk about it, that's the problem. Just, I do some work for people from time to time, and sometimes their work not so fun, cause they dumb. they want one thing, they don't know what they want, it'd be a pain. I think we've all come across that in jobs, right? Is you have that, like, I know what I'm talking about when they don't know what they're talking about, and then you're to suffer for it. Always, like, I can go back so much to, like, other IT era days for that shit, where it's just like, hey, make this for me. Okay. And then, like, halfway through, we're gonna do a revision on what we want. And it's like, oh boy, are you? I'm so glad. And then they do the revision, and they're like, cool, we want this now. And it's like, that's not something you can just add. That's not how that works. It's... Average experience if you work in IT and interface with non-IT people. Yeah. Dude, it's seriously one of the worst experiences with some of that stuff. Is you're just like, we gotta do this, so, like, I think I've given examples before. It's like, hey, we want to have, like, this login system added in. It's like, okay, well, what you wanted had no security architecture put into it, other than, like, the basic stuff you should have. And they're like, so, can you do it? And it's like, I mean, we can, but also, we're gonna have to rewrite, like, half the program. It's like, cool, you still have the same deadline, we're not changing how much we're paying you. And it's like, cool, that deadline's like a month or two away, how fucking dare you? Hey, good job so far, just a small change, could you redraw it all for better, thanks? That energy, that shit there, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Except, it's worse because they don't realize they're saying redraw it. Right? Like, that's the painful part of that. With IT stuff, is they don't understand they're asking you to redraw their entire drawing. Or, like, equivalency argument. But they're saying redraw the drawing. I mean, it's kind of like, can you do it in a different pose? Like, completely differently. Not realizing that's, yeah, you have to start from the ground up again, basically. It's like, you serious? Can feel it in my veins, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Devil. I wonder what it's like, right? It's a nice 2 weeks of work you put on that UI. Have you considered making a completely different thing? Scrap all of it. That there probably shows how much I've dealt with that shit in my time. And I'm like, you know what? It's correct to do. Fuck it. Just use AI. No. I would prefer for the code to work. I know, wild thing, right? Man, I can't get over how cool this piece is here. I love this sort of stylization. I want to do this kind of style as a skin. Would you guys like to see that as like a skin line in the game? Where like, it's a character, but it's like silhouetted styled? Almost like neonish. I like that style. That style cool. Why am I promising more fucking art assets? What is wrong with me? I'm starting to understand why people call me a masochist. Alright. Like, don't get me wrong, all this art's gorgeous. Like, I love this one. This is so fucking cute. The one behind my head. Like, you also got that one. Like, all this fan art here is just gorgeous. Like, you got the little Powerpuff Girl ones. This one that's painted, I'm pretty sure, which is fucking insane. Obviously, nice. That looks cute as fuck. That's so cute. That's so good. The little fucking goblin. Hella sexy. Absolutely adorable. Gorgeous. I fucking love this style, right? I love this so much, this one. This one's so fucking cool. The vibe to this is awesome. And like, the chibis are always just a soft bet with me. I just love them. The egg. And I said earlier, like, I like this one because I like the sharpness of everything. This would be a great thing to do for like a model of like, for game development reasons. Remind me of how I was talking to my producer / CEO, and it's like, I always cringe when someone on my team says, wouldn't it be cool if... yeah. No, 100%. 100%. That's one of the, like... that when you hear that shit, you're expecting to go like, damn, you're right, but I wanna die. Like, 100... no, I get that. That's... because that's how that works, right? It's like, when someone puts a suggestion forward like that, it's either the worst thing from planet, like, the, worst thing from the worst planet in the universe, like, never touch that shit again, what's wrong with you? Or, it's such a great idea, but you're gonna have to put in, like, an entire weekend's worth of work at the minimum. And you're like, I hate it, because now that you've said it, we have to do it. Because it's just good. It's just objectively correct to add this. I hate that. I hate that so much. Alright, let's work on the hair now. Like, properly work on the hair. Shift up. So, it's a lot more candy flossed. If I was to compare it, color contrast wise to that, it's a little bit more here. Still blends too much. That's a little too dark. Just making it a little bit more red would do enough, right? Yeah. We'll go with this for now. Nah, that's not gonna work long term. That looks better. That looks a lot better. Still not right, but it looks at least usable for now. And that's what's important. actually doesn't look too bad when we've got, like, a lot more area covered with it. So I'm gonna save it for now, then. Because we're gonna have to do a lot of work with this, and we're gonna have to make a darkened, the shaded version of it. And I'm guessing I can't just shadow it. Oh, that could work. I need to zoom in on. Is there anything here that does what I want? It's a reference, kind of there. And we're also going to have to do a purple for this. But to be fair, this purple doesn't need to be edited that much to get the purple we want, because we don't have to use purple a lot in the same area. And that's what's important about this. Is that we don't want, like, the reason why we're worrying about the pink more is because the pink gets overlap a lot in Iron Mouse's design. And that way you need the pinks to actually feel different. So they don't just overlap and create a samey experience. Okay, and then... Keep in mind, I am missing the detail of her ear. We do need to add in her ear again. Does this have the ear on it? Yeah, it does. Cool. I can use this as a reference point then while I'm doing this. to here. Cool, there we go. Alright. Got that going for us. This bit done. Having color reference points is so nice for this part. What am I missing? Oh, there. Of course. There. Boop, boop. Of course, yes, the horn. It's not going to count. There we go. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Now this one's gonna be interesting, so I'm just gonna have to do this. There we go. Would it be cool if I modeled, or something for no reason despite having zero experience in sculpting something? I mean, that's the best way to do it. Just throw yourself at something. You always have fun. Friend of mine is recently getting into 3D art stuff, and she's really fucking good at it too. And it's really annoying because it's just one of those things of like, you just do this as a casual hobby. You could sell this stuff. Might help burnout. Burnout's a hard one, right? So I've talked about burnout a few times because, like, in a sense, I'm really bad at... I'm very susceptible to burnout because of the way I do stuff. I burn at both ends, I work real hard, and I overdo things. What I'll always say to burnout is a sign that you are putting in more work than you feel like you need to. Or feel like you want to. Which is actually just a sign of just take a break. Just go sit down. What I found a lot of the time for me was just genuinely go watch some shitty anime for a bit, and then go watch some slightly inspirational anime after watching like 2 or 3 seasons of shitty. And then like you start being able to cultivate back up your motivation. And that way you're only down for a weekend. The hydrating fluid goes in the facial orifice. Which one? I've got multiple facial orifice. But yeah, no, Akisma's made more than some photo. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Nah, it's like, genuinely, one of the series I'm watching at the moment is kind of like the back end of what I was just saying. Give me a second to find the name. Magic Maker, How to Make Magic in Another World. It's like this kid has been isekai'd, but he's isekai'd into a world that doesn't inherently know about magic, but magical things are occurring. And it's actually told initially from the perspective of the sister of the main character, not of the main character. Which is why, like, you can see that he clearly got isekai. He's a clearly isekai kid. But it actually makes it really interesting. Because it's following the perspective of a character that, like, isn't thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. World Remote Magic and the goblin that he kills at the start. Maybe? I will say I'm only on the first episode of it. Look, all you need to know is in the first episode, he basically says, I will never get married just so I can forever be with my sister. Because his sister has got a hell of a brocon fetish. But it's fascinating because, like, they came across a type of fish. Basically, so in the first episode, they came across a type of fish that they realized after a bit of thing. They would, like, when courting, it would produce this, like, luminous source. That looked very magical. It had a warmth to it and stuff like that. Certain people could not perceive it. And they basically conclude, yeah, it's magic, and only the kids could see it. So it's interesting. And now he's figured out how to do that because when he hugged her promising, I will stay with you forever, he also produced it because you produce it when you're courting the other person. Because fucking why not? Why wouldn't you try and court your own sister? Anime. At its fucking finest. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So the BMG makes it very dramatic. Yeah. I like this music, man. It's got so many different moods to it. It's always good. God, suddenly a whiplash from that set. I mean, it's anime. What do you expect? Tragically so the case. Say the name again so I can find it. Give me a sec. So the English is Magic Maker, How to Make Magic in Another World. That's the English title for it. Should get you there. Yeah, exactly that one, yeah. Have 2 episodes marked as watch? Yeah. I've only watched the first episode. It's not a series I think I'm gonna like a lot, but it definitely seems interesting. And that alone is just normally enough for me. Especially the idea of making magic. I'll always like that kind of concept. One of my favorite series, though, like, some of my favorite series are the ones where it's just like, oh, magic is just programming. Which makes a lot of sense, because yes. And in fact, what was there was like a villainess story or something like that. Where, like, she was a mathematician. Or she did a lot of maths and stuff like that. And all of the calculations, like all the stuff for doing magic was equation based. So it's how fast could you do math in your head was how fast you could spellcast. Because it's like figuring out, like, the, I think how it was explained, and I like this, was it's basically like, okay, what does your spell do? Your spell gets launched to target location, right? Okay, so you are here. This is target location here. What you need to do is you need to do the, you need to do the incantation and the cast. So you've got a fireball here. Draw it in red. You have a fireball here. Now, you need to do the calculations necessary in 3-dimensional space to calculate the exact distance between here and here. Then you need to calculate any potential deviation points, say wind. And then you need to also calculate impact area. So it's like, it's shit like this, and it was explaining all of this kind of like loosely. I'm like, damn, I fucking love this. Because just, the thing is, they have, like, techniques that we've been far past for a long time. But the problem was, everyone's like, these are the ancient ways, this is how you do it. So she basically turned it from being, like, a calculation architecture that, by example, for calculating all of this out, would be, like, say, all of this sort of kind of amount. She changed it to being simple equation. You wanna know why? Because they hadn't figured out one simple thing. Denoting architecture. We use this a lot in algebra. I know, we're getting into math, I'm sorry, we'll move past it soon. But the concept that a value can be a placeholder for another value to calculate the endeavor, which means instead of having to manually calculate all of these things at each time, instead you have the equation in your head and you substitute the values into the equation. And it creates it significantly faster. So I think the example they kind of, like, as a shorthand, I don't think these were the numbers, but it's like, this would take, say, 5 seconds to cast. Right? We'll just use this as a loose kind of point. This would take 1 second to cast. Same spell. Now, you can probably figure out real quickly, this is quite useful in a lot of ways because it saves a lot of time and efficiency. Cool. We were talking about a what type of magic before? Combat magic. If I'm on the battlefield and I'm like, yo, I can sling a fireball in 1/5 of the time it takes you to sling a fireball, what happens? It changes it from being a, like, simple thing to, oh shit, this dude is 5 times faster than me at casting the same spell. Put it this way, it makes it a cool concept for magic system. I know, right? Like, this is why I say, like, I loved that when it was explained. I can't remember what it was. It was a recent Villainess series, though. And I just absolutely adore this. I cannot stress enough how much I love that shit. The power of variables, yeah. And it's like, it's one of those things that even in the modern day, if you understand math just a little bit, you would probably be able to learn how to cast faster than most of these people. That's why I liked another one that I was, another Villainess series, actually, which is really funny. I'll explain that one shortly. But one of the magic systems in it is basically, you need a word that has, like, you need to write a word, or write a kind of, like, a thing to indicate what you want, and it needs to have prestige behind it, but also, it needs to not be readable by other people, because the more people that read it, the more will is influenced on the phenomenon occurring, because basically the thought, the word, and the phenomenon all occur in this sort of way. That means if I think the same stuff as you, I could disrupt it, because I'm not thinking the same as you, right? So this guy's like, wait, I could just write Japanese, does this work? He wrote Japanese, no one could understand it, and it was effective and efficient because it's more power based on the amount of times it gets used. This shit getting used daily, so it was really good. But though, that Villainess one, I want to stress, if you haven't watched it, highly recommend it. Give me a second to pull up the name for it, because it's very recent. It was last season, I believe. It was a phenomenal series, and I really want to see more of it. And it's gonna be one of those ones, you're gonna have to trust me. Okay? You're gonna have to trust me. It's not bad. It sounds trashy, but it's fucking great. So it's Akuyaku Rejo Tensai Oji-san, which is from bureaucrat to villainess, Dad's been reincarnated. The plot is that this otaku family, so dad, wife, daughter, husband, wife, daughter, this family, all otakus. The daughter is in the lounge playing an otome game, and she's like having a great time of it. The dad goes out, does his shit, comes home, saves a girl from getting hit by a truck, goes into a coma, and he's in the game. He's in the game his daughter was playing. And he's just like... the little spoiler for it, you find out he's actually on the TV doing his playthrough in front of the family. So they're seeing him as this villainess the whole time, and it's like, they are just... Holy shit, it's so good. Cause it's just degen fucking energy. It's so much fun. Cause again, it is your dad as the villainess. But he's like, I know I need to be the villainess, so he tries to actually be the villainess because he's played games like this shit. And that's actually another point as well, is like some of the stuff's occurring and they're like, oh no, is he gonna figure it? And he just does it immediately the correct way. And it's like, yeah, now he's played these before, he knows. Like one of the other things is like characters will glow slightly, and now everyone else other than him, like, and the people playing the game, they're like, that's when they get a big boost in relationships thing, right? Like, love for him, or whatever. He even clocks onto it eventually, and it's really funny, because you get to see him going, ah, shit, I did the wrong thing, didn't I? Now they like me more. Fuck. But, like, he, when he interacts with the heroine the first time, he just goes, like, he says something and he tries to be villainessy, but like it's, I bet you, like, your parents really care about you or something like that. And it's like real dad mode shit, and it's so good. And it sets the tone for the whole series. Please, if you haven't watched it and you think villainous storylines are kind of fun, highly recommend it. It's the softness between, like, adoptive father figure and villainous storylines. Just that perfect middle ground of them. It's so much fun. You little bitch, I bet you have loving parents who raised you right. Not even a joke, that's pretty much what he said. What's the name again? The name, I'll give you the English name because it's easier to go from. From bureaucrat to villainess, Dad's been reincarnated. Let me pull up the tab so I can just show it, eh? It is such a good series. This here. Yeah, it's a 52-year-old bureaucrat has been reincarnated as this, the blonde girl in this picture. As Grace is it Aubergine or something? Is it? Yeah. Yeah. It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. Like, yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. This image here, this is our main character. This character here, this is our main character's reincarnated. It is full old businessman to fuck yeah Ojo summer. And he even makes a joke, it's like, of course it's blonde with ringlets, I swear to God. That's how you do it. The correct way. Very fun series. Very, very fun watch. It's fully out as well, so you can just binge it. I'm like half tempted to go read this because it's just so fun, but like also the anime is just so fun. Like it's really nice visually stuff for it. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Little bit of a tangent about like random anime to go watch. Look, this is the weird thing I have going for me, is that I will watch whatever the fuck it is, right? I will watch whatever the fuck. I will find series like that that are amazing and you would never find them normally. And that's the best part of it. I also find a lot of series I could never recommend to people because they're that just bad. Catch you later, Devil. Have a good rest yourself. But yeah, like, this is why I make the argument to people, if you are okay consuming bad stuff from time to time to, like, increase how good certain other things are, just watch shit. Just go like, you know what, I'll watch it, and then just watch it. Don't make a list, don't do all that stuff. If you're like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna watch an anime today, or start watching an anime, just do it. And then just don't stop watching it. Either binge it in that whole day, or make it set timings for when you're gonna watch it, and don't like let it delay too much. No, it's easy to procrastinate, that sort of stuff as well. That's why I'm saying, just watch, just do it. So that was my big recommendation though, is go watch the Dad's a Villainess one. I love that so much. It's just such a silly concept that's just executed so cleanly. Like that's I think the point that I'm trying to make, is it's like, it's a comedic series done well. Because it's like, it's competent story writing, it's competent character development, it's just competent. I mean, sure, this theory that you don't really like media if you only watch the good stuff and don't go for the random shit it has to offer. Yeah, I think I will agree with that sentiment, like, fully. It is like, my perspective is I love consuming media. That's not saying I like consuming good stuff or bad stuff. I will just watch stuff and I will go, man, I watched 12 episodes of a really terrible anime, or I watched a really bad movie. I mean, like, I watched Borderlands, right? Last year. I went and watched that movie, and I'm like, man, that movie was ass. But also, it had one half a scene that was good. And that's the problem, is it's like an entire movie for a half a scene that's like halfway decent and actually pays a little homage to the game. Absolutely awful. Tights in this house. Yeah, like, it's, you just, by not willingly subjecting yourself to bad stuff as well, you don't make the good stuff feel so good, right? Like, look, don't get me wrong, I still remember when I went and watched both Barbie and Oppenheimer, like, back to back, 1 week after the next. That made it really hard to want to go and watch another movie for a bit, because I was like, there's nothing that's gonna beat those two movies right now. Like, I'm gonna go in, watch a movie, I'm just gonna be disappointed, because those movies were just so damn good. I think we all kind of experienced it. If you did go and watch those in the movies, like, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Like, both of those movies, for very different reasons, were really fun to watch. Like, Oppenheimer, objectively just a phenomenal piece, talking about really, really intense, dark subjects in a really cool way. They did it in a way that was palatable for the most part, which is very impressive for such a dark topic, and it did not paint anyone like the good guy. It gave you sympathy for the individual a little bit, but you also sat there and was like, he's also an asshole. And that's the truth of it. Barbie, on the other hand, phenomenal, interesting storytelling. I do still have some issues with some stuff behind the scenes that I heard about. But I appreciate that, like, it was a really good movie at talking about, like, the problems with stereotyping. A lot of stereotyping issues for both males and females. And I appreciated how confronting it could be. I think we can all kind of appreciate something like that from time to time. So, yeah, no, I really liked both of those movies for the messages and stuff that they were sending. That's why I'm like, I don't know what the hell I don't know what I'm watching next week. I really don't. I really, really don't. So I think I went and watched something. I was like, yeah, I'm just kind of disappointed. And it wasn't because it was bad, it's just because it's following up on two, like, top tier things. So that's why you shouldn't just watch good stuff. You watch only good stuff, you don't want to watch other stuff, and then you're gonna only seek out the best of the best. Slash effect. Yeah, this is what you gotta follow it up with. You gotta go watch, like, Eight-Legged Freaks or something like that. Like, right after that. I mean, hell, one of my favorite movies of all time is Airplane. Objectively a horrendously done product, but it's really funny because it is actual peak comedy. Same as, like, Naked Gun, which I'm so excited for the new one coming out. With Liam Neeson as the new character for it. Like, it looks really funny. I saw, like, part of the trailer recently. I'm like, I need to watch this. I'm dedicating, like, a weekend to watch it more than once. It looks so good. And if it's anything like the other ones, I'm gonna be just in stitches. Like, I own some of the Naked Gun movies. They're fucking funny. That era of comedy, like, products was so good, man. I miss that. Own in this economy? That's the thing, I got it back when the economy was very, very different. When DVDs were still the hot rave, and Blu-ray wasn't even on the scene. Dude, I don't own any Blu-rays because I stopped buying, like, movies and TV shows already by then. Like, I would either just rent stuff out still at the time. Because, yes, rentals still existed back then. I I would rent stuff out, or I'd just go watch it at the movies, or I'd just go to a friend's place and watch it. Or borrow it, or something like that. And then eventually just, like, stream platforms came along. So I just didn't need to buy stuff. Again, most of the movies I own as well are on YouTube. Now, well, no, I've still got like all of the original and prequel trilogy on DVD. I have Sharknado signed by a bunch of the people that made it. That was how I watched it, as I got that given to me as a prize for something. And I'm like, well, this is the only way I'm gonna watch this movie. And I played a drinking game with that movie. I played a drinking game with Sharknado where what I did specifically, is I would drink whenever there was a inconsistent shot or bad CGI put in it. Now, what I mean by this is like water levels being inconsistent. A whale shark being shown as one of the sharks that is potentially chasing them, because there's no way it could literally fit in the space that they're in. Stuff like that. Or there is actual scenes where if you look behind the characters, there is no water on the ground. Even though they were like waist deep. So I would drink for each of these. I came into this with a full bottle, a liter bottle of 50% alcohol whiskey. I had to, for the last 20 minutes, because people were scared, I had to only drink water. Why? Not because I needed to drink only water. No, because they were scared I was about to open the second bottle because I had finished the first. That movie is really bad. And it's bad in a way that I can't even like it. Right? Like, I like my dumb B-grade horror movies. But that movie was just bad. And what's worse is I think I've watched it like 3 times total. So yeah, do I know what a bad movie looks like? Yes, I do. Do I know how to have fun with bad movies? Also yes. Do I know how to almost put myself in the hospital doing so? Also yes. Surprised you're alive? So was a lot of people that were joining me for that. Genuinely. A lot of people were like, do we need to call the ambulance? Do we need to go get your stomach pumped? You've drunk way too much. I had to start banking shots because they were the bad shot, like things were happening too often. Like everyone else wanted to kind of keep up with me. They gave up after like 5 minutes because they're already like going, nah, I'm feeling really rough from this. Which, I want to stress, is the correct thing to do. Do not follow in my footsteps with this one. Very much a teaching moment of do as I say, not as I do. And if you are gonna ask me, would I ever do it again? That's the wrong question to be asking me. Because of fucking course I would do it again. do with hot sauce shots? I mean, sure. Hey, look, I only used whiskey at the time because that's the only bottle of stuff I had. And it was a good whiskey too. That poor damn whiskey did not deserve to go down like that. Getting basically chugged by the end. That was a spinny whiskey too. It's my favorite whiskey. Which, speaking of, I still am really tempted to buy a bottle this week. But I don't think I can afford it. Actually, no, let me correct that. I might be able to afford it, depending on certain things occurring. We'll go with that. Because it's like 70, 80 bucks for a bottle. So if I go to the shop on Wednesday, if I've gotten that computer part that I want to, be less likely. If it sells out before then, I'm actually more likely to go get the alcohol because I won't have to pay for that anymore. Alright? The problem with that bottle as well is I don't know if it will see the next week. Because, like, I've already promised a lot of people a taste of it. Because it's just, like, this is just the best drink I have. Like, I've never found a drink, an alcoholic drink I've enjoyed as much as it. I've had ones that I'm like, this is really good and I can drink this, is a lot cheaper. And I can drink a lot more of it. But that one, it's so good. So, so good. And yell at me all you like, it is a whiskey liqueur. But it's a real high quality one. I know, like, that's one of the problems I've always had. Is like, I go, oh, my favorite whiskey is a whiskey liqueur, and they're like, you're a little bitch. That's what call that a whiskey? It's like, yeah, because it's actually flavored, its flavor profile is incredible. Love it. Man, I just want to say, we've made some damn good progress on this, and it looks really nice, especially knowing it's still not color corrected. Like, especially one of the first leaks we did, we haven't done the colors for that at all in the way we're supposed to. The real Sharknadoes are the livers we lost along the way. Exactly. Exactly. God, this looks so fucking cute. Also, this convo is over my head entirely. Why did it do 4 times? I didn't do anything. Oh, no, that's on me. It just lags from time to time. Again, so I've talked about this before. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll see what I can show of this. Yeah, this is safe to show. Cool. So I use this thing here. That's called Streamer Bot. This is how I handle chat, because this is how it merges and everything. I log it into a bunch of things, we're all good. If my computer lags significantly when an input comes in from that, it will ping it multiple times and duplicate it. Especially for YouTube. So if you ever see, like, excessive duplication of a message of yours, realize my end, not yours. I hope that answers that a little bit. Makes a bit of sense. Yeah, it's one of the many reasons why I want to just get the PC upgrade stuff done. Is like how you see the stream handle during doing like the console games we've been doing recently is basically what it will turn into. So it will be a lot more cleaner, a lot more consistent. I can run almost all the necessary programs. In fact, it'll probably be smoother because I will do a bunch of purging on my main PC and remove a bunch of stuff that doesn't need to be there anymore. Because I only need to run essentials on it anymore. It would only be for offset and stream. That's all it would be used for. No longer gaming, no longer like anything like that. So like Discord would probably not even be on it anymore. Browsers wouldn't be on it anymore. Anything like that. It would just be what's essential for that moment. Which is why I'm like super excited about the idea of it. The problem still is the internet as well. But again, I've been promised it's getting resolved at one of these points. Apparently they've been like working on where they're gonna run the cable for it all. Quite a bit, which I'm very happy to hear. Yeah. Alright. Cool. And not gonna lie, still a bit menacing having no face on it, though. And obviously it's still missing a couple of details, especially like the corset area, and all that stuff. But I think we've done a lot of progress today, and I think it's probably about time to start calling it soon. Because like I said, I do have a lot of things I need to go sort out. So I hope you forgive me on that. Yeah. I also do want to have the chance to maybe recover a little bit more from, my sick. I'm hoping by the end of this week, I'm, like, all good and done with it all. But yeah, so, again, the rest of the week is just Bloodborne. So let's talk, yeah, because I don't know how long Bloodborne's gonna take me to beat. I'm not confident in that it's gonna take a week or two, but we'll see. I won't aim to speedrun it, nor will I aim to, 100% it, anything like that. We'll just kind of go through as the pacing goes, right? So with that being the case, what will probably... How do I think I'll do everything for it? Well, it'll be kind of a by ear thing, and then once it's finished, we'll move on to the next game, like, straight away. So if, per se, you see, like, it's scheduled and we finished it, realize it's just gonna get replaced with, I think, like, it was Beyond Two Souls or something like that was what we suggested, to play, is the next one. And then after we do that game, it will be Blood Dragon, because by then, my, battery control, the controller battery for the 360 should have arrived. So we can replace that and be able to actually play it without it constantly disconnecting the controller. Which was the big thing that I want to do. Yeah, I think that's basically it, right? And, like, Beyond Two Souls, as an example, that game isn't actually that long. It's, if I take a week and a half to beat Bloodborne, then on that second week, those, like, 2 or 3 streams left over, they'll probably be enough for Beyond Two Souls. Especially if we push it a bit longer. I think that's a solid way of looking at it all. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. Well, again, we'll see as it goes, and organize accordingly. It's why I've kind of considered, like, what am I gonna actually write on the schedules, because it feels a little disingenuous to say, like, oh, I'm playing this game, but I don't end up playing that game because I beat it by then. I don't know. At the very least, I know I'm not beating Bloodborne within this week. I'm pretty confident I've not got the skill level to do that easily. But yeah, it'll be funny. Tomorrow you get to watch me die several times over. Yeah. What is this again? Yeah, that's that. Yeah. I'll go back to fixing that later. So, with that all being the case, we're about to hit 4 hours, so I don't feel so bad about, ending the stream here. Because that is a thing I will say. I do feel bad every time I end the stream, and it's not like at the 4-hour marker at this point. I made a promise to start doing longer streams. I would like to do a longer one today, but I'm just, like I said, it's what it is. We'll probably do a lot of longer ones now with Bloodborne. So have fun with that. With that all being the case, though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome. Stay awesome. And I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.